Hello, it's Sunday, and it's a beautiful, sort of overcast day in Costa Mesa, California. I told you I'd be here, and here I am. I hope everything's going okay. I've got my microphone plugged in, I think, today, better than yesterday. And we're going to finish up the little section on the Holy Guardian Angel this morning, and also starting a new section called Real Life. And it even has another one of my obscene drawings. There's a herm, the herm of Babalan. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, hope you're comfortable, hope you've got your coffee or your tea. And we're ready. Short question, short answer. Is the Holy Guardian Angel just me? Dear Babalan, it's been a long time, but many years ago, you and your lovely wife gave me a fantastic dinner at my OTO Minerval degree, and then again at my first degree about a year later. Sorry I've been out of touch. I decided after 12 years I wasn't getting any younger, and the most important thing I should do, this incarnation was slug away at finding my holy guardian angel. Yet Israel Regardie says in his book Ceremonial Magic that almost no one finds his angel. And what if this holy guardian angel is only me, the me of me's, and I'm just in the incarnating personality? Your brother, name withheld. He didn't even have to write me a letter. He had the answer right there. Dear name withheld. And what if this holy guardian angel is only me, the me of me's, and I'm just the incarnating personality? My friend, in my martini-damaged brain's opinion, your statement question is profoundly on the money. We chose this body, this mind, this personality, these warts and these flaws to be the outward expression of the me of me's. It's a game of hide and seek we play with ourselves. Me will win when me gets caught. Then, like loving children or playful lovers, me and me will hug tight and whirl in ecstatic giggles. All of the magic, meditations, and rituals are just clumsy exercises to get us to a place where we realize that more than anything else in life, we want to get caught. Love, Babylon. And here's another short question, short answer. Have you performed the Abramelin operation? Dear Babylon, I've been meaning to ask you if you've ever performed the Abramelin operation. I know you speak of the Holy Guardian Angel in your class, and you sound like you have more knowledge in conversation than most. Is the Abramelin how you achieved it? Also, what is your opinion on the age restriction in the Abramelin operation? As of now, it looks like I won't be able to attempt it until I'm older. Then this is permitted due to family and children, etc. I'm thinking that the requirement is mainly because back when the book was written, people that age were considered ancient and were often infirmed and could not physically carry on for the prescribed time. That's no longer the case. Thoughts? Name withheld. Dear name withheld. No, I haven't done the Abramelin operation per se. As far as knowledge and conversation of my holy guardian angel goes, I've certainly not experienced anything like what is described in the Abramelin text. If I'm a 5 degree equals 6 on the tree of life, I've achieved it some other way, and it's manifesting in my life in such a way as to be unrecognizable in Abramelin terms. Don't look at the Abramelin or the book of Abramelin as a recipe book. The procedure is described, lays out a basic formula for a successful operation. It's not unlike other techniques used by devotional aspirants of all cultures and religions. Don't worry so much about the details, but try to grasp the general formula. Arrange your life in such a way as to make yourself worthy to become who you really are. Babylon. Okay, and now to the section of real life with that obscene Herm. Balancing family life and magic. Good evening, Babylon. I'm hoping for some guidance from a master. How did you balance magical study and raising a family? From everything I've seen, you seem to have the whole darn thing figured out. I don't even have a family yet, and I struggle with maintaining a balance between my esoteric studies, my work, and regular living. I can't even imagine adding in parent-teacher meetings, soccer, etc., let alone introducing the idea of thelema to children while surrounded by conservatives. I'd love to know what your secret is here. I love my esoteric work and I love my job. I don't mind being alone to work, but it must be unhealthy to the degree I found myself in. I'm sure I'm not the only one looking to find out how to balance this, and you seem to have done it as masterfully as anything else. Any advice would be sincerely appreciated. Name withheld. Dear name withheld, you ask an excellent question, but I'm afraid you've begun with a defective observation. I don't have the whole thing figured out. I did not have it figured out in my youth. I do not presently have the whole thing figured out, nor is it likely I will ever have the whole thing figured out. As a matter of fact, the older I get, the less about life I seem to understand, and the less important understanding it all seems to be. I must also add that the older I get, the more I simply appreciate the entire experience for whatever it is. My attitude might be the result of creeping senility, or it might be the onset of that degree of illumination I once upon a time convinced myself was the only goal in life worth striving for. Perhaps senility and illumination are one and the same thing. Please forgive me, but to address your question, I'm going to cut and paste a little clip from something I wrote in the opening of one of my books and for a little speech I delivered to an OTO national conference. I hope it'll be helpful. I'm not a wise man. I'm a lucky man. To my tree of life should be added a fourth pillar, the pillar of luck. To the mystic formulas of INRI and LVX and NOX, I must add Felix, the Latin word meaning lucky. Because even though my life might appear to be characterized by a series of wise actions and decisions, it is in reality merely peppered by freakish moments of unbelievable good luck. In the East, they would call my lifestyle that of a householder. I'm married, and I have for my entire adult life endeavored, with varying degrees of success, to provide a loving and stable environment for my family. Things have worked out pretty well, but not because I'm wise. In truth, throughout the years, I've been lucky to have a sainted wife and a beloved son who have provided me with a loving and stable environment. I wasn't acting wisely 42 years ago when I took far too much LSD out in Joshua Tree National Monument and vowed to the multiple red rising suns that I would not return from the desert until I was a holy man. Later that same day, it wasn't wisdom that oozed like melting psychedelic wax down the wallpaper of that little beer bar in Costa Mesa as I pondered the nature of space-time and suddenly realized the unescapable rightness of spending the rest of my life with Constance Olson, my high school sweetheart. And it wasn't wisdom that sent me careening past the pool table to the payphone by the pinball machine and call her in Nebraska and ask her to marry me. I think, however, it was wise that I waited till our 20th anniversary to confess that I proposed to her while frying my brains out on acid. Fate, coupled with a conspicuous lack of ambition, have conspired to make our lifestyle one of genteel poverty. Well, not always so genteel. We've never owned a house, a new car, or a credit card. On the other hand, we've always lived in moderately affluent communities and safe neighborhoods. We've always owned old cars that usually get us where we're going. Our bills consist exclusively of the rent, the utilities, and health insurance. Our only expenses are groceries and gasoline. Our only debts are those we can never repay. Debts to our dear friends and brethren for treasures of love and support. Such kindness has allowed us to travel the world and do many things we could not otherwise afford. Some people say that's a miracle, and I agree. Miracles are part of my job. I'm a magician. And I'm lucky. So there it is. I know that's probably not the kind of response you wanted to hear, but it's the overriding answer to your question. I'm the laziest man in the world. I'm so lazy that I cannot abide expending 1 ounce of energy or performing 1 iota of labor that is not in some way an expression of my passion for enlightened happiness. Perhaps looking at it from the outside, it might seem like a tour de force that masterfully balances family and esoteric study, career, and magical practice. But what's really going on is that I'm being almost pathologically selfish and lazy. In fact, until you brought it up, it never occurred to me that there was any balancing act going on at all. The school plays, the PTA meetings, the lousy jobs, the bills, the illnesses, the landlords were every bit as much a part of my magical life as the evocations, invocations, and initiations. In fact, they were initiations. Joseph Campbell said it all when he said, "Follow your bliss." Follow your bliss and the balancing act will take care of itself. That's about as wise as I can wax 10 minutes before going to bed. If this hasn't been helpful, I hope at least it made you smile. Baba Lon. And that's where we'll stop for today. Hope you are enjoying this excursion into Ask Baba Lon, and available in hard copy or in paperback and Kindle everywhere. You really should buy one. You don't have to read it. I'm reading it for you. Have a great Sunday and have a great rest of your weekend. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early, and we'll talk about, we'll take the next letters in this series of real life. Okay. Continue to be good to yourself. I mean it. Be good to yourself. Just go over the top today. It's the weekend. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. Goodbye.